Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Urban X TV. I am your host, Malcolm, and today I am joined by a very special guest, the founder, the creator, the brains behind the plant-based supplement brand Turn a New Leaf. GNadia is in the building with me. Welcome to the show. Welcome.
Hello, 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 hello. Thank you, Malcolm, for having me. Thank you for that nice introduction, and I'm happy to be here with you and your audience.
So if you watch the podcast and you've seen like our commercials, you've seen her commercial plenty of times, and I've raved about this brand, Turn a New Leaf, because I use the vegan protein. I've been getting back in the gym, and the vegan protein has helped me with some gains. I don't like to use proteins that have milk and dairy in it because if I don't drink milk, so why would I want that in my protein powder that I use to kind of, repair my muscles and things like that. So I wanted to
Yeah.
get the backstory on you, your brand, and because I want people to learn about it. I want people to find value and go to the website and buy you out because these products are amazing and I can't rave about them enough. So first off, who is G Nadia and what is Turn a New Leaf?
Well, in a nutshell, Nadia is just a woman that realized that I no longer wanted me or my family to be plagued with all of these the Western medicine uh, elements that they cause us. Just to educate myself on what we could do naturally for our bodies to get into a better state of health. Turning a new leaf was just it's a metaphor. Turning a new leaf is actually a metaphor for life-changing events.
Hmm.
Anything you want to change in your life is just, you just use the metaphors like you're turning a new leaf, or you want to
Hmm.
turn a new leaf because you've been eating crazy. Now you want to turn a new leaf and start eating healthy. And
Right.
I just thought that was like a great metaphor for anyone want to have something change in their life for the better. And so that's how we created it. That's how I came up with. I was brainstorming a lot of names, but that just really stuck with me, and I just thought I could run with it and make a go at it.
The name stuck out to me a lot too. Like when I first saw it, I was just like, "Wow, that's dope." And it's one of those like really creative names that you like. I couldn't think of that, but it was like, it was one of those. It was really good. I wanted to know what made you kind of get into a plant-based lifestyle to create like this kind of brand.
Mhm. Well, basically, what really started me, and it was back in 2015 when we lost my niece, 29 years old. She was misdiagnosed, and I don't know if you guys ever had a situation where you have a family member that has an ailment, is facing, fatalities or whatever, as far as a not so good turnout, and then you feel helpless, you
Hmm.
feel uneducated, you don't feel like you have the knowledge base to like really help them, so you really dependent on what the doctors are saying. But what the doctors are saying, even before I became an herbalist, it just didn't make sense because I would tell her things like start juicing because I was really big into juicing.
Okay.
And I was like, just start juicing. Leave the meat alone. Leave the meat alone. Start juicing. And she told me that she spoke to her nurse, and her nurse was like, that wouldn't be good for you. It's something about the vitamin K that would be in the greens. But consequently, the nurse told her that it was okay for my sister to bring her Kentucky Fried Chicken,
Mm-hmm.
and she could bring her all these, the foods and stuff that actually would cause her cancer to deteriorate her even faster.
Hmm.
But you can't drink juice. So stuff like that just didn't make sense to me. And when we lost her, I just decided I wanted to educate myself because I never wanted to feel vulnerable again like that.
Right.
And that's what made me really get into it. So I started. my herbalist courses, and I was every information that I could get my hands on, I was reading, I was studying. I got so many books and looking at, I was like a YouTube university. I was like on it. And then I really got into like this really good herbalist that I really admire. And Dr. Sabi was one of them that I mean, I've been with this brother since 2011 when I first moved to California.
Mhm.
And I just revisited his teachings along with some more, and my whole life changed. And my whole life changed. I went from 234 pounds to like God, it was in an instant. It happened so quick that I lost like I think I lost 30 pounds in less than 3 months
Wow.
because I stopped eating meat completely.
Okay. Okay.
I stopped eating meat and I just went on a plant-based diet and that was it.
Okay.
And I've
What
been hooked ever since.
so I have a question. What do you feel like are some I would say myths or misconceptions people have surrounding a plant-based diet that you always kind of have to correct people on when they ask you or when they are looking into your brand?
Yeah, I think the biggest myth about this is, we're so stuck on this, you have to have meat. Like this Western diet is killing us. And when I tell people, like, you just, I'm not one of those people that say stop eating meat altogether, right? It's just don't eat it every day.
Hmm.
Give your digestive tract a chance to just, rest. And I think a lot of times the biggest myth is you have to have meat for protein. And that is so far from the truth. There's so many evidence out here and information that debunks that, you know, hands down.
Hmm.
You don't get your protein from meat. Actually, you get your byproducts for byproducts from the animal because the animal get their protein from the grass, from the actual vegetables.
Hmm.
So why go through the animal when you can go straight to the source itself? And those are your leafy greens and just going raw basically.
So,
So yeah, I
w-
think a lot of times people don't realize that you can get protein in various of foods other than meats.
so where would you suggest somebody starts when they are thinking about, you know, not probably cutting meat completely out of their life, like you said, or just trying to give it a rest, and they probably are used to having a meat with every meal because that's where they feel like they need their protein. So where would you suggest they start, and how would you suggest they continue that transition?
Yeah. So, like I said, you don't have to cut it out completely. Just don't eat it every day. Uh, get experimental with your foods. The foods that you like, just eat those things, but eat them without the meat. You know, cut down on that sugar, absolutely. But I think, like I said, the biggest thing that I find when I speak to people is especially men, they just like a man will tell them, I'm a meat and potato guy, you know, and that's cool. Just don't have meat every day. Do cauliflower. I had mashed potatoes, like I call them mashed potatoes, but you can actually have cauliflower that you can match and make it taste just like mashed potatoes.
Hmm.
It's so many things out here you can experiment with and find out that you can really enjoy food that won't kill you and
Right.
it's actually very good for you. I mean, mushrooms, for instance, you can make it taste just like fish, or you can make it taste just like chicken.
Mm.
So it's different alternatives out here that you can do. I would just say like, wait for my book because I'm actually going to have like a really short and to the point recipe book that come out that teaches you how you can do really simple meals that won't spend no time in the kitchen because without the meat, you guys can be eating in like 20, 30 minutes,
Hmm.
literally, because you don't have
That
to worry about,
that is
cooking it or
that.
frying it. So it's a lot of different recipes out here, yeah, that you can try and just go slow. Just go slow, make an intention, put an intention, this is what you want, and go slow at it and just try it out. Just try it out. I had someone that challenged me one time and says, um, just stop eating meat for 30 days. And then you come back and you tell me how you feel. And I'm like, okay, so when somebody usually put me up on a challenge, I'm good for it.
Hmm.
I did it. And I'm gonna tell you guys, the energy that I got was crazy. So I was like, whoa, she might be on something. Now, don't get me wrong. It took me another year and a half before I actually cut it out completely. But just that month, I was like, she's onto something. I didn't realize it. And then it just when you do it, I would say not even a month because that's a long stretch. Do it for 2 weeks and see how you feel.
Okay. So that's a challenge to everybody who's
Yeah.
listening and watching right now. So I'm on your website and beautiful website. And there is some,
Thank you.
supplemental products here, right? Like I said, I've used the vegan protein, but if say it's somebody who's probably they're not, working out, right? So they probably are not into, the protein and things like that. What other product on your site would you recommend that somebody else who is kind of transitioning into this type of diet and that could still help them and they'll see like the nutritional benefits from it.
So our biggest seller is our Irish Moss 102.
Okay.
Basically, it's sea moss, but I wanted to get fancy and call it another name. It's the same thing. The Irish Moss 102. That alone, that product actually got me started with Dr. Sabi. When I
Okay.
seen this 80-year-old man, he was doing a lecture and he dropped to his knees. And I mean, he didn't have nobody to help him back up, and he hopped back up. I'm like, whoa, we didn't have AI at the time, in 2011. So I'm like, whoa, that was impressive. That was really impressive. So I was like, whoa. I started his product and I've been taking CMOS since 2011. And when I started my business, that was my main focus. That was actually one of my first products that I did. And that was I was selling it to family and friends. And
Hmm.
then I would get so much feedback by how much energy they had, how good they felt. The joints wasn't hurting any longer. And I was getting that. So I was like, this is the goal. So that was the first product that I started selling. And then everything else, once I took my herbalist classes and I understood how the herbs mix well together, then you start understanding how to mix them. And for every organ in your body, Mother Nature has made a herb for it specifically. So
Mm.
when I started learning that, I just started putting the things together. So now I have something on there for weight loss, which actually will shrink your cells. I have, like, again, the Irish Moss, the beetroot, um, the immune booster that is really good since we're coming into like the winter months and everything.
Hmm.
So I'm just doing it till I know for a fact, and I take my products and I have my family members and they take my products, so I get some proper feedback from it. And I would say the Irish moss, I would think that would be if someone's just starting out, take that first because you will see such a tremendous difference in your body, just how you feel. The energy that you have will be crazy.
Okay.
So yeah.
Nice. So, let's switch gears for a little bit. At the beginning of when we first started
Mhm.
talking, you said that you were big into juicing. What benefits would somebody get if they just started juicing as well? Like how I've tried myself. I just can't keep up with it. It's messy. I gotta prepare, the fruits and veggies and stuff like that. So I kind of fall off from time to time. But I was always curious about just the complete benefits of it. What do you say about that?
Juicing has such, I mean, it has a plethora of benefits. You can literally heal yourself with juices because all of the antioxidants and the minerals and the vitamins and stuff that these vegetables have in it. So you can't sit down and eat a plate, or I would say like a bowl full of greens,
Hmm.
spinach, and then you have a bowl full of kale, and then you got your carrots and your beets and your apples and you can't eat all of that, but you can juice it.
Right.
So I refer to juice as cell food because what you're actually doing is you're somewhat bypassing the digestive system, so your body don't have to work as hard,
Mm.
to break it down. And it's literally going straight to your cells. It's literally feeding your cells. You will start noticing your skin, and it is a great detox. And if you having any type of colon issues, honey, you drink some juice, you better stay close to the bathroom because it's going to come straight through you and clean you out. That, I mean, it has the benefits is crazy, and you'll feel really good. So, like, I'm on a juice fast now. I will be juicing for the whole month, and I just mix up like six of them a day, and I take them with me, and I just drink them throughout the day, and I just have a variety of them. Like I don't know, like I have like the one fruit juice that I like a lot, apple juice. Then I have like orange juice. Then I
Oh,
have pear juice. I have
okay.
celery juice. I have cucumber juice. And then I sometimes I just mix them all together. So right
Okay.
now, I should have had my juice out right now because
Mhm.
I'm actually getting ready to finish drinking it. And that just have a lot of different veggies in it.
Okay.
Because that's just a pure green juice. But the benefits you have, what if you just started, you'll start to see how you feel. And if you do it long enough, you'll start to see how your skin will it'll get, you'll see a difference in it because again, it is literally like a detox as well. So
Okay.
that's a great benefit in itself.
So what's I would say a go-to combination for you, um, as far as fruits and veggies? Like, what do you say? Like, if somebody wanted to start there, like I keep asking questions on like where to start. Like, I'm asking the questions for everybody, but I'm also asking for me as well. So that's why I want to know these
Mm-hmm.
things.
Yeah. I'm gonna my all-time favorite juice. I absolutely love it. Is apple, green apple, orange, ginger, and spinach.
Okay.
It's just four products. It is just that is a really good and get it really cold. When it's really cold, it's even better,
Okay.
right? And another juice, like I said, a lot of my juices are mono juices. I just have like an apple juice. If you juice an apple, you will never buy the apple juice from the store again. I
Mm,
promise you. Just to have apple juice. Orange juice is the same. I don't even buy orange juice at the store anymore. I
okay.
just juice them. Yeah, my it's just I see what juicing is. Juicing basically is just you experiment with it, and it's really fun just to experiment with it. Just get a juicer, throw in some throw in some spinach, throw in some kale, throw in some celery, some cucumbers. Put a beet in there, and a carrot,
Okay.
and maybe I would say a pineapple, just to break up that bitterness.
Okay.
Yeah, just throw it in there. Just
So
throw it in there because you can never go wrong. That's never a bad combination for juices. It really isn't.
you mentioned you're writing a book for recipes. Will you have a section for juicing as well?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah, the
because
ingredients and everything. Yeah.
okay. Nice. So
Yeah. Yeah.
going back to turn a new leaf. What has been the reaction from, I know you said, you've taken it. I know you've said you have family who's taken it. I've also taken it, but what about other people who have come in contact with some of your products? Have you heard how they feel about it?
It's funny you asked me that because I just received a few emails last week and this week that I'm actually going to put on my website because somehow they don't want to get on camera. I don't know what that's about. Probably me because I'm still a little shy, coming out of my shyness, getting on camera as well. So I understand that they don't want to get on camera. But I asked them, I said, just write it up and just send it to me, and I'll post it because I want to hear feedback. I want people to understand the benefits that they will actually get from the product, and then sometimes they need to hear somebody else that has experienced it as well. So I have a few emails I'm going to start posting probably this weekend to put on my site to show that people are really taking it, people are getting benefits from it, and they're talking about it. And I want if it would be nice if they did like you did a video.
Yeah,
But
I'll put it in
again,
the
it's
video.
that
Like, I definitely did one
yeah,
because it was right
yeah.
after a
So
workout.
I
I was just like, this
appreciate
is
that.
good, man. Like this is I need
Yeah.
to get on it. So,
Yeah.
um, 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 I would say, now you talked about going into the winter months, and a lot of people are, and especially since we came out of, the vid and stuff like that. A lot of people are more health conscious than ever. Like that was the most I've ever heard.
That's
Like
true.
people talk about sea moss, talk about these things, talk about going vegan. Just so. Where do you
Mm.
see Turn a New Leaf going as a result of people, the world just becoming more health conscious? And I know, like, as I just kind of mentioned, like, in seasons, like it's becoming cold, so people want to just make sure the immune systems and things like that are up. But where do you see your brand going?
Um, I'm just gonna go all out and say, um, I'm gonna be the next GNC.
I like that.
I really want China New Leaf to make it smart. Because my products are great, and I'm not saying it because they're my products. I would be saying if I'm taking anybody's products and I get the benefits that I'll get by taking mine. But no, the goal is really to expand it. And speaking of expansion, I actually have three more new products that I will be introducing really soon.
Oh, can we get a sneak
That me and
peek,
my
or
team came up with.
can we get a sneak peek, or is it still in? All right, all right, all right. I'm
It's
not
in
gonna push.
it's in the works, but it's going to be beneficial. And one of them that I can say that I was really proud of is for the memory because
Okay,
I realize sometimes I get a little foggy,
okay.
and because I pay attention to myself, I'm like, what can I do to get this going? So right now I'm the test lab for it, so I'm testing it to see how it's working on me.
Okay.
And so far, it's great. So I cannot wait for that to come out because that is really going to help with some people that have some of that fog and you can't quite remember. Like I forgot where I put my keys, and you just that fog. But yeah, so I got a few coming out. So as far as where it's going, I just I really need to get. I have a great products, Malcolm. I'm not just saying that, but I need the people to know who I am and what I offer because I'm not just providing just another quick fix. I'm actually in the business of preventative care.
Hmm.
I want to prevent it before you get the news. You have this or you have that. I want people to be more conscious of it, and I have a passion for this thing. I really do. I want, especially our people. I love us. I It ain't nothing like us to me, and I really want us to pay attention to our health and get on it before it gets too late. And that's why Turn a New Leaf was born because it's like it's time for us to turn a new leaf. It really is, and get our health back together and get it right. And as long as the Most High is with me, we going all the way with this thing.
I love that. And I think the way you just said, like, it's time for us to turn a new leaf, that was a mic drop right there. Like, thank you so much for coming.
Got
And
it.
if you have not, if you have been watching the show, if you've seen her commercial, you know that she is running a 25% off sale from now, I think to the end of the month, right? Am I right?
Hmm.
Right. And
Yeah.
all you have to do is use code UX25 at checkout and you'll get your 25% off discount. And like I said, I have used the product. I still use the product as well. So go check it out. Turnanewleaf.com. The description would be, or the link would be in the description below. And you can follow GNadia as well on Instagram at Turn a New Leaf. And I believe you have a YouTube channel as well, right?
Yep. It's Turn a New Leaf with G Nadia.
Turn.
That's still up and coming. Again, still working on it, but I will have it. Let me.
All righty. So visit turnanewleaf.com and use our code. Use our code so you can make sure you get your discount because Urban X family is special. So with that being
There
said,
you
thank you
go.
guys for joining us. Nadia, thank you for joining us as well. Visit turnanewleaf.com and peace.
Thank you. Bye bye.